season on American Fighter Pilot. 3 student pilots, Todd Giggy, Marcus Gregory, and Mike Love, drove up to the gates at Tyndall Air Force Base, home of the most elite fighter training program in the world. They shared one dream.
Flying the Eagle is all I've ever wanted to do. If you want to fly the hottest jets, you have to be in the Air Force. I can't believe I'm here doing this.
And while the hard-working, deeply religious Marcus Gregory and the former B-1 bomber pilot Mike Love made the grade early on, Lieutenant Giggy made waves.
What's up with the new dude?
We don't carry briefcases, we don't use umbrellas, and we damn sure don't color our hair.
Lieutenant Giggy's troubles mounted with 2 emergency landings.
Let's speed off the brakes. Propel 1, cable.
Meanwhile, Captain Love lost it in the centrifuge.
Get Love, how you doing? Neil!
The 3 men walked into a new challenge, joining the brotherhood of F-15 fighter pilots. They were reminded that their mission as pilots is to kill.
We are warriors!
So that bullets come right through my body and blow my heart out on the dash. That's the last thing I see before I die.
Just as Marcus was bringing a new life into the world.
Little Hannah was born 1036.
Warriors!
And the new warriors trained for air-to-air combat. As Lieutenant Giggy and Captain Gregory excelled, experienced pilot Mike Love stalled. Again and again.
Still on me! Track and kill.
It was do or die for Love. With pressure on, Love persevered.
You talk about a load of bricks being lifted off of my shoulders. That was an awesome feeling.
Yes!
Tonight, find out who will become Top Gun. And then, the preparation for war begins. And in the wake of 9/11, a nation calling for heroes embraces its 3 newest, as they each become an American fighter pilot.
We're the brightest beacon for freedom and opportunity in the world. And no one will keep that light from shining. Our country is strong. Right left. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation.
You know, the Christmas break is a welcome time off during this training. It's the holiday that we all look forward to for a lot of different reasons. But for these guys, it's an opportunity for them to relax and blow off some steam and just kind of get to know their families again for just a little bit of time. I'm sure that Patch is looking forward to spending some quality time at home with his family and his new little daughter.
Hannah.
Hopefully, he's going to be able to refocus and recommit. His mind has to be focused on becoming a killing machine in the F-15 because that's what we're paying him to do.
Now that I have my daughter at home, it has really taken me a step back to see the big picture and to see what really matters.
Brady, do you want any lights on your Christmas tree or not?
There's my dad putting the lights on the tree.
Gonna need some help here.
Getz knows low in this course for both him and in our eyes was in basic fighter maneuvers, BFM. He almost washed out of the course at that point. Kind of a difficult thing to recover from, but he has recovered and he passed.
Dude, I want you to feel good about today's sword.
He gets to celebrate and enjoy some renewed confidence in himself, but now he is going to have to step up if he wants to be considered for the Top Gun Award at the end of this course like we expected of him based on his experience when he walked in the door.
Ask Santa if Daddy can just finish the course. That would be a good Christmas present.
Yeah.
The ultimate dream is stepping up to the plate, bottom of the ninth, knocking one over the fence and winning the World Series.
Here we are on our way to Pensacola.
And Merkin, as usual, Lieutenant Giggy's off doing his own thing. And to be honest, we don't want to know what that is.
All right, here we are at the beach, making our sand snowman for our Christmas cards. This is the first attempt. Da da da, Mr. Sandman.
As soon as Christmas break is over, though, they better turn it back up.
All right, guys, this is it. You ready to start the air combat training phase?
ACT, Air Combat Training, the graduation ride. The goal is to simulate real war.
This is the most difficult, the most challenging phase that you will have been through in your 6 months here at Tyndall.
Situation: 2 F-15s are attacked by 2 bandits. Mission: kill the 2 bandits before they kill you. Rules of engagement: combat must take place above a 10,000-foot floor. The floor is considered the ground. Fly below the floor, and you're considered dead. Last chance to demonstrate skills prior to Top Gun award selection.
2 knock it off, 1 knock it off. 2 knock it off.
In ACT, we take 2 F-15s, an instructor pilot who's the flight lead, a wingman who is the student pilot, and they are going to be attacked by 2 bad guys. We are going to kill them, or we are going to die trying.
You're going to go out there and you're going to fly against bandits that have less restrictions on them than you've seen up to this point. They're going to have better weapons than you've seen up to this point. They're going to be just like going against MiG-29s from any of our adversary countries out there. It's going to be just like combat.
It is so much like real combat that it has huge bearing on the Top Gun award, which is still anybody's game.
The last rides in the program are set up like little miniature wars. They try to make it realistic, as if you are out on a mission, going out into airspace, lining up 60, 80 miles away from each other. They are the closest thing that I'll experience at Tyndall to flying what a real mission would be like in the F-15.
You're going to be challenged like you've never been challenged before. And I told you it's time not to let up. I've seen folks wash out in the air combat training phase. If you let up just a little bit, that's what can happen. And 6 months of hard training in the formal training unit here at Tyndall goes down the drain. Focus and take it all the way through to the end. All right?
If they can accomplish what we ask them to do, that proves to us that they have that warrior mentality, that they have what it takes to fly the F-15 and being an American fighter pilot, and more so, that they will succeed in war, protecting the United States of America.
Okay, here we go again. If it weren't for my faith, I wouldn't be here today. I know I probably would have never made it through the academy. I would have never made it through pilot training. Okay, just stop that.
No matter what Patch thinks in his spiritual journey, this is a calling. He's very fortunate to be called to be an American fighter pilot, and if he's called on to take somebody's life, he is doing it because that person is trying to kill his wife and little girl, and he'll do that in a second, and he has to understand that.
It is so much more important to me to excel as a father than anything else.
Everybody check your tapes on, climb to the start parameters, and let's push it up and stand by. 2 and 1 confirm, ready? Stand by. Stand by, man. Hot right, hot right.
Every second is critical.
Patch is too slow, and his bandit starts to maneuver away.
2-1, 2-2, go get him. 2-2, ready to march.
One little piece of information slipped through your fingers, and that could cost you your life.
10-1,
ones in from high.
As Patch is trying to kill his bandit, Bean's bandit tries to kill Patch.
Bandits on me. Bandits to the left, 7 o'clock now, converting from high.
We were flying in a visual formation, and he was defensively reacting, and in nose low dive.
Bandits passing you, left 9 o'clock on now. Take visual.
There's one moment where I was focused on defending from another aircraft and reacting to shots that they were taking against me.
And I actually had to get on the radio and say, hey, check your altitude.
And I let my altitude drop out of my cross-check. And I ended up going through the floor.
Tomb 2, you're dead.
We have a 10,000-foot floor, which is a pretty big safety buffer, and we don't let anybody go below that. He went through the floor by a good 2,000 or 3,000 feet.
Tomb 1, terminate.
Copy, terminate, terminate.
Come on, Marcus, that was stupid.
One of these days, the floor is going to be Mother Earth, and it's not going to be that forgiving.
It's got a way in the minds of the instructors when somebody on their last ride busts a training rule and goes below a floor during an engagement.
A couple of rules we live by, and rule number 1 is don't die. You can be the best F-15 pilot in the world, but if you slam yourself into the ground on the way back from a mission, you're just going to be the guy that slammed himself into the ground. You know, you look at what we did today. You're locked, you're spiked, I'm not, he's shooting, you're defending yourself, shooting back, and then you splinter yourself into the ground.
10 altitude. Copy, terminate, terminate.
Tomb 2, you're dead.
Had this been a real mission, I wouldn't have returned home today.
The good news for Patch is that it's not completely done based on our rules. He's got one more shot. The bad news is it's one more shot and that's pretty much it. Wouldn't it be a shame for him to fail and us wash him out of the course after 6 months of training?
It's just so incredible to fly. I hate the thought of someone trying to take that away from me. I hate the thought of someone trying to take that away from me.
Now it's Merkin's turn to step out of the dugout. Welcome to the batter's box, dude. This is the ride of his life, man. It's either pass or fail.
I think the common goal is to have those instructors look you in the eye as a fellow Eagle driver and just to be one of the bros. So when it's wartime, you know that they can trust you without even thinking about it. To be a bro, that's the bottom line.
As soon as Bean commits to flight, Merkin loses his bandit on his radar scope.
Break left, break left.
This can happen in real combat. You have to go find those bandits before they find you first and kill you.
When you're out there and you're up over the Mach and you're climbing up over 30 or 40,000 feet and all of a sudden you lose this guy on your radar, man, it makes your heart skip a beat because you know, hey, this is my one job in the entire world and I'm screwing it up.
Two, break left, break left. Bandit, you're left 9 o'clock.
Bean has found his bandit.
15 visual.
Now it's up to Merkin.
The biggest thing I don't want to do is just let the other guy down. I'd rather drive into a merge and take a missile myself and die than do something that's really screwed up and would cause him to get killed. I knew that if I didn't find the bandit in the next 6 to 9 seconds, the whole formation was in serious jeopardy.
Here, break left. Tip 2, bandit merge. Bandit, left 7 low. 15 visual. Break left, break left.
He locks onto him, and he kills him.
All bandits are dead. Affirm. Tomb and bandits, knock it off. Nice work.
Merkin is the first guy to prove to us that he is capable of going to combat. Bottom line is, he did a good job. There was no doubt in my mind that he was a graduate of the course.
He told me that I was a good wingman, and that meant a lot to me, because here's somebody with a whole lot of experience telling me, hey, you know, you can fly my wing, and I trust you with my life. After everything I've been through, for him to give me a comment like that really made me feel like I was one of the bros.
It's coming right down to the wire as to who is the top gun. And I bet Merkin's got a chance at being the top gun.
It's absolutely respected because it's, you know, placed upon you, so to speak, by the people that you've been working with, the instructors all along. So the fact that they give you that award is, that's a really a nice honor. It's definitely a nice honor.
I really do think in his heart of hearts that Todd is expecting to hear his name called.
Don't call it a comeback.
I don't think Todd thinks he has competition. Todd thinks he's about 20 notches above everybody else.
When Getsnow walked in the door, we expected a lot from this dude. Previous experience in the B-1 bomber, an experienced pilot.
Getsnow came as close as you can to washing out of this program without actually washing out. The bottom line is the Top Gun Award is given out to the guy who does it best.
He has to step up to the plate and hit a home run. Heater and Getsnow find themselves in the same situation that the other guys have been in, where they have to provide point defense. Nobody gets past them. Getsnow's all over this situation. He locks them and correctly identifies them as bandits.
Bound 2, group, bullseye, 09015, 25,000, hostile.
Heater sees his bandit on the radar and attempts to lock him, but the radar is just not working, so he doesn't have the opportunity to shoot any missiles.
Bones 1, spiked.
Getsnow sees his bandit on his radar scope.
Take the shot.
And does successfully shoot missiles at his bandit.
South bandit's dead. Very nice.
Heater's radar is still broken, so Getsnow has to come back around, find Heater's bandit, and kill him.
Be with you in 1 second. Bones check, 45 right. Break left, bandit. Your left, 9 o'clock.
Getsnow sees Heater's bandit that's trying to pressure Heater.
Check 1 is 68-2, square bound, single feet.
He uses his radar to acquire and lock that bandit.
Visual option, bandit. Cubas or bingo will be there to me.
The bandit is also trying to shoot missiles at Heater. Heater has to do a brake turn back into that bandit with flares to survive.
Kelly, bandit's on me.
And now Getsnow blows that bandit up before Heater gets shot at.
Very nice. Hey, sir, thanks a lot.
Getsnow just saw an opportunity that really only exists once in a blue moon, an opportunity to kill multiple bandits. He took advantage of that and he got the job done. Good on him for that.
I've got a real good dose of confidence here.
After he landed, I walked up to him, I said, congratulations, you're one of us now. And I think that made a big difference. He got a smile as big as Texas on his face.
Getsnow's last mission was a real difficult problem. We threw something really hard at him. He saw that, he took advantage of that, and he succeeded. This proves to us that this guy is capable of going off to combat as an F-15 wingman. And this also kind of puts him back in the race for Top Gun. Patch comes back from his first ACT ride, And the obvious error that the guy made is that he's dead.
I know this is going to be the hardest ride for me. I guess the fear of failure is larger to me than anything else.
10 altitude. Copy, terminate, terminate.
One of the things that we as instructors are looking for out of Patch on this ride is a little bit more aggressiveness. Let those fangs come out, man, and get out there and get the job done. Let those fangs come out, man. Let those fangs come out, man, and get out there and get the job done. I'm going to be flying with Patch today to see if he has that fire in his eyes. This is Patch's last opportunity, this ACT ride, to prove to us that he has that killer instinct. It's not even something that you have to think about when you're up in the air with a radar locked onto a bad guy. Should I hit this pickle button or not? No, wham, gone. Wham, gone. Wham, gone.
Judge 1, lead group bullseye, 09020, 25,000 possible. Judge 1, Fox 3, north group.
We see two bandits on the radar. At that exact moment, those two bandits maneuver away from each other. That's a very difficult problem.
Judge 2, split south.
Judge 2, cleared south, kill him.
Patch calls Judge 2 split south. That immediately shows me that he is being aggressive. He wants to go kill that bandit.
Break left, break left. Bandit to left, 7 o'clock. Now converting from high. No join now. Press. Double lighted. 10-2, bandit merge. Visual, tally, press.
He finds his bandit, locks onto him with the radar, shoots a missile at that bandit, and kills him.
Judge 2, kill south bandit, 20,000.
At the exact same time, I am killing my bandit.
Bandit left 7 low.
Which I do.
All bandits are dead.
Judge 2, visual.
Judge and the bandits knock it off.
Pat immediately gets back visual with me, and now we're right back into a two-ship formation.
Judge 2, good job, dude.
Patch did well today. He's got a lot to be proud of. He proved to me that he has that aggression, that killer instinct, and what it takes to be an American fighter pilot.
By the way, congratulations. Welcome to the Eagle Fold. You're done.
Some people might wonder how being a Christian and being in the military, how do they align together? Number one, I value life, and I value the lives of my family, so much so that I'm willing to give my life to defend that, to protect their freedom.
I'm also a Christian man and understand exactly what Patch is going through. The priorities have to be your faith in God, your love of your family, and then your country. An opportunity to defend your country, one nation under God, is the highest calling that a man could have.
Hey guys, remember as we're getting closer here to these guys finishing that there'll obviously be a top graduate in this class, but I ask you to think real hard about whether any of these guys meet the criteria, which means they're in the top 10% of students to graduate from Tyndall. But in the end, the instructors will all sit around in a room and argue about who they think the top gun really is.
And that Top Gun award is going to be the guy that we look at and that we think has proven himself in the jet in terms of performance and is probably going to be the best asset to us in the combat Air Force.
As far as how are these guys doing right now in a competitive category, really it's anybody's ballgame.
Gregory did fine in offensive BFM.
Patch Gregory was in the final discussions when it came to determining who was going to be Top Gun.
As far as who's going to be Top Gun, it's always kind of in the back of your mind.
Patch, I thought he did fantastic. He was my strongest recommendation for Top Gun.
Oh, we got Giggy. Good news is his hair is growing out.
I noticed it's changed colors since Friday.
As far as predicting Top Gun winners, it is so hard to tell what this class. Giggy also has a shot. His aggressiveness and his attitude are a couple of things that are in his favor.
It's been a pleasure working with you.
At pilot training in Wichita Falls, Todd was head-to-head with another pilot, and the other pilot ended up getting every single award, and I just could see Todd's face. I mean, he was just livid. Now, it's really important to him. He really feels that he deserves the Top Gun award.
Get to know, Love, he did fairly well with all of his additional rides.
Mike Love put it together in the final phases of training, and he's back in contention for the Top Gun.
Right now, it's a horse race. It could be anybody.
Friday's coming.
Okay. There you go.
Graduation day is a great feeling. It's the end of a long training program. It's the day that, no kidding, you're officially an Eagle driver.
Mike booked a place out on the landing. It's a big, huge restaurant kind of bar that's right out on the waterfront. You know, it's pretty huge because these graduations don't happen very often. Just the fact that they're holding a graduation ceremony that happens to include myself, I can't believe it. I really can't. It's awesome.
You know, we all had our little challenges along the way, and but we're all here.
Just want to take the time to thank the class for doing a good job, and it has been a good class. If you remember back on training day 1, I told you every one of you guys is going to graduate and you're going to be proud of what you've accomplished. I remember 110 training days ago, these guys walked into my building and didn't know anything, just pure green recruits. And now they're quality F-15 wingmen, and I'm proud to send them out to the combat air forces.
Patch, what you want up here for a second?
The IPs will make some presentations, some handouts, some graduation diplomas, hand out some awards.
Originally, we named him Patch because he had the desire to grab the chalk from his IPs and teach the IPs a few things.
I think on like the first 5 rides, I think like take the cable 3 of the first 5 rides or something like that. He had an EP every time he stepped into the jet.
This guy probably has the most guts of everybody in this class. Early on, he had some tough times with one of the most demanding portions of the program, and he turned that around into just an awesome finish.
I'd like to give you our solo certificate. Captain Marcus Patch Gregory soloed his F-15 Eagle, taking the first step toward becoming a fighter pilot.
As I started this program, we started off as brand new students, not knowing anything about the F-15. And here we are with the instructors as part of the squadron. We're fellow F-15 pilots.
To tell you the truth, this graduation meant just as much to me as getting my wings.
We all graduated, despite my best efforts.
The next award is near and dear to everybody's heart. It's the Top Gun Award.
Top Gun stands for who has the best weapon employment, who has the best shots that have taken all along, who's had the best gunshots.
Over the course of time, there's always one guy who does that a little bit better than everybody else, consistently throughout the course.
There seems to be a couple of front runners. Patches is looking pretty good there, and I bet Merkin's got a chance at being the top gun.
The whole class is in the running when you get right down to it. But in the end, there's only going to be one winner. So the Top Gun Award winner for this class is next award, it's the Top Gun Award.
For Todd to win the Top Gun Award would be really special to him, and it would also be really special to be able to call his father and say, you know, guess what I got? And I got Top Gun.
The Top Gun Award is something that's probably out of my grasp. I had my problems, I got through them, and pressed on from there, and that's good also.
Top Gun wasn't an issue, never. I think just finishing and getting through with the program was the main issue.
As far as Top Gun as to who's going to get that, really that's not as important to me anymore. This has been an absolutely difficult challenge, but all of us made it through this. And I'm proud that I'm going to be able to serve my nation in this fashion. And there's no need for recognition for that.
Marcus has always wanted to be the best. He's always pursued that.
Todd will be crushed if he doesn't get it, because I really do feel that in his heart of hearts, he thinks he is Top Gun.
So the Top Gun Award winner for this class is Captain Mike Gets No Love.
I just sat there dumbfounded, I think, for a second, and looked at Mari like, what did they just say? We were both shocked, just because we knew how close I came to not finishing the program.
You've got to be kidding me. This is the guy who nearly washed out, and he's the Top Gun? But guess what? He was the consummate wingman.
Hey man, he did the best throughout the course in terms of weapons employment, and he also impressed us.
I was really happy for him, because no one is more deserving, and no one worked harder during this program than that guy.
That's quite an honor. I'm so proud of him.
So you guys have been an outstanding class. We had babies born. We had progress checks. We had changing hair color by week. And I challenge you now to go into your MQT programs just like you did 6.5 months ago. You were a sponge. I throw the gauntlet on the ground, go do great things.
As I started this program, we started off as brand new students, not knowing anything about the F-15. We were now ready to go out to combat.
I have to say that Tyndall was one of the best times I've ever had in my life. Getting to know everybody, you know, so close by the end. I mean, and seeing everybody succeed.
It does teach you how to trust people and get to know people well.
They're the kind of guys you want to be around. They're the guys you want to go to war with.
They were all successful. They all graduated one of the toughest 110 training days that you will ever experience in a lifetime.
Hopefully they're going to take a little piece of myself and all my instructors with them. They've also got to realize that their job as American fighter pilots is to protect this nation if they're called upon to do that.
7 o'clock left.
The war starts tomorrow. The war starts tomorrow. What that means is you train the way you're going to fight, because tomorrow you could be called to defend the security of our nation.
We are warriors! Warriors!
It was a huge eye-opening for each of us.
Such rage, and such anger. We were all extremely happy to be in a position to do something about it.
It's just
I watched innocent people.
Suddenly you realize it's gone from an accident to something horrific.
That's what I'm here for. I want to do something about that. I'm the one that signed up for this. Give my life if necessary.
The loss of loved ones, loss of friends, and being in the military and being on the tip of the spear, everybody's out there ready to die for each other.
The overwhelming message we are hearing is this: we are with you. We are with you. We are with you.
To go from all those emotions and all those feelings to anger.
Part of my job, part of my profession is to protect these people.
How do we start to deal with what's just gone on? How do we make somebody pay?
Military and federal workers, moms and dads, friends and neighbors. Our country is strong.
You know, just kind of caught us right in the middle of the gut. And feeling compassion and grief for those individuals that were lost, and feeling motivation and patriotism for what we're here to do.
I can hear you!
I'm the one that signed up for combat. The people in the towers, they're not the ones that signed up for that.
I can hear you! The rest of the world hears you!
I personally felt an overwhelming sense of duty.
This is what I'm here for. This is why I serve.
And the people who knock these buildings down will hear all of us soon.
I'm an American fighter pilot. We're not going to let that happen again. We're not going to let that happen again. We practice for a conflict situation every day because we are ready for it. We have done it over and over and over again. It's like spending hours and hours in the batting cage and now finally getting called to home plate.
There has been one persistent rumor throughout the day that fourth airliner which crashed in Pennsylvania was actually shot down by a U.S. military jet.
Probably one of the most agonizing thoughts that any fighter pilot could face is somebody has taken over a plane that's full of innocent people that you might have to potentially target them because of a terrorist act.
Before, the aircraft that I might be targeting were always fighter-type, bomber-type aircraft carrying weapons. I never imagined that I might have to target a civilian airliner.
I can't imagine a more macabre and awful task than shooting down an airliner.
I couldn't fathom having to make that decision in my cockpit. I pray that I don't have to make that decision.
However, I know that if that was required, if that was what was required to save perhaps thousands of other Americans, I know that I'd be willing to execute the orders of our Commander-in-Chief.
As American fighter pilots, our job is to defend this country and defend its interests. And if called on, that's what we're here for. And we're extremely good at it. We're the best in the world at it. And the students that we train back at Tyndall, those guys are the dudes out on the front lines right now.
It's a far cry from, flying over the blue water at Tyndall to actually have people shooting at you and being over hostile skies.
Everybody in our nation's military right now, whether it's Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, have a new sense of urgency, a new sense of mission. They're just a little bit prouder of what they do. Their family's a little bit more proud of them, and their nation is behind them. And that's a good feeling.
We finished 110 training days, and these guys are now American fighter pilots. We've taken them from being just basic pilots and we've turned them into warriors.
And I welcome all players. You know, you want to come and do what I do? Fine, I'll support that. But you got to bring the same 3 things I told these guys on day 1. Academic knowledge, basic motor skills, and you got to bring the heart of a lion. And I can work with that.
Being an American fighter pilot was my dream, and I've been very blessed to have that dream fulfilled. And it only continues every day. That same dream is shared by Mike Love, Marcus Gregory, and Todd Giggy. We, as fighter pilots, consider it an honor, a duty, but a huge privilege to be able to call ourselves fighter pilots for the United States of America.
So America needs to understand that the people who commit themselves to this way of life sacrifice mightily, as their families sacrifice mightily. And I ask America to remember that the next time they go to bed at night and they sleep safely. Know that there are people out there making a sacrifice every day to make sure that when they tuck their child in, that child will be safe when they wake up the next morning.
As long as we have breath, the wings of freedom will never lose a feather.
Joining the ranks of these brothers, all these guys have gone before me, people who have sacrificed for our country. It's an incredible honor to actually be an American fighter pilot. It's incredible.
Yes, it has been worth it. I love what I do. I would do this no matter how much I got paid.